Hello. So I'm going to try not to step in the cat vomit that I brushed off this chair before putting the cushion down. It's, well, let's see what date it is. It's January sometime. 18. January 18, 2018. So I'm having a deck dinner since it's beautiful out. I've already spilt some of this food on myself because I'm not very coordinated with eating or using utensils. I find it's better to use a bowl like right here in my hand to feed myself. So anyway, I'm having some of those cabbage rolls that I made, 2 of the small ones, and then spinach salad, which I just put some, well, here, I'll show you. I put some oregano and garlic and lemon juice on it, and then there's a few little baby roasted potatoes under that with I roasted them with rosemary and garlic cloves, just whole. And for dessert, I'll be having this chocolate bear claw. It's just a chocolate in the shape of a foot, filled with chia pudding and wild blueberries with baby bananas on the side. It'll be delicious. So I've finished. Did I set that up right? I don't know. Who cares? It should be good enough. I finished with my food journal because I don't need it anymore. I'm eating healthy, and I've been noticing that when I check my, like, when I was keeping the journal, I'm not keeping it today, I'm not doing this anymore, but for the last while, when I'd look at my fitness tracker at the calories burnt and the calories that I was consuming, I was right on track. So and I'm eating healthy stuff, like I just don't see a point to it right now. So I reviewed some of the things that I was doing, that I've been doing lately versus the things I was doing when I started journaling. And I knew that I had a problem, that's why I started journaling. I've done this before, so it actually wasn't as hard for me. Like for most people, or for me when I did my first food journal, it takes a lot of time looking up calories of different things, but then you start to know, like I know an apple's 72 calories. You just know after a while. You remember these things. And you might not even care. Like I got this food journal from the MCC thrift store, which I frequent often. And the last person who had this journal had filled out, well, 2 pages, but it wasn't even complete. They didn't fill out, like they gave themselves no calories for lasagna and salad. Their salads, they were giving themselves 0 calories for, and the dressing they were counting. And that's kind of the way I like to go too, because if you, like this spinach, that's going to be, I think it's 30 calories. I could look it up, but I remember it. But why mark it down? You know, it's nothing almost, right? Where my calories are going to be in the chia pudding and that bear claw. But really, honestly, the only thing that like a lot of people wouldn't want those bananas. They'd be like, oh, too high glycemic index. Well, I think I have it covered right here. You know, so anyway, it's still healthy as far as I'm concerned. The only thing that I'm worried about really is that chocolate bear claw dish. So I might not even eat that at the end. I don't know if I really don't need it. It's the last thing to go in my, like this I'll eat first. The stuff like the fruit and the chia pudding I'll eat, and then if I don't need the chocolate bear claw, why eat it, right? I mean, that's the only thing that's somewhat objectionable here, or whatever. So, I'm tired. Anyway, And this person, they didn't count their toast and stuff. You got to look things up. It takes a long time, and they only gave it parts of 2 days, and they gave up. And yeah, it's work, but you know, learning how to feed yourself is hard work. And are you going to go through your whole life and not know what you're doing wrong? You're just going to keep doing it wrong and then go to the doctor and get a prescription for whatever, because that's all they really want to do is give you prescriptions for things. They won't make referrals to anybody that you actually need to help you sort things out. Well, maybe they will for you. They don't for me. So anyway, I look back at the beginning, and I just was loaded up at the beginning with a lot of supplements. And there were some things that I noticed. The major things I was doing wrong at the beginning: coffee every morning, often 2 cups. I can't have coffee. Coffee, if I have it, I have this low-level headache that makes me irritable, and it makes me really emotional. So I might end up crying for no good reason at noon. Why? You know, why do I want to do that to myself? And it also makes me eat everything in the house. So it will make me more likely to have something that I know I shouldn't have, like some dairy products or some eggs or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if eggs are a problem, actually. I've been wondering about this for a while. The Eat Clean diet, they don't seem to think eggs are a problem, and I've been doing a little bit of research, and I'm not entirely convinced now that dietary cholesterol might be such an issue. It might just be saturated fat. I don't know, right? But I could sure find out if I ate eggs for a while and went and got a cholesterol test, because I'm a canary in a coal mine for this. I mean, if anyone with a familial condition for anything, other people who don't have a familial condition, they could certainly learn from them, I think, because if a little bit does a big problem for me, well, it'll take probably a lot more to have a big problem for somebody without a familial condition, but surely it can't be good, right? Anyway, okay, so coffee every morning. Sometimes it was tea. And I was often taking fiber with the coffee, and I know that I should take my fiber in the evening. If I'm going to take it, that's when. And you know, I was doing things, I often catch myself doing this, is I'll take fiber if I eat something that I know I shouldn't. So if I want to give myself a little treat or something, then I take some fiber so that it won't stick to me. And I've even told people that, oh, gotta make sure it doesn't stick. Well, what is that, you know? That's not a good strategy. So I was taking the fiber in the morning with the coffee because I knew I was doing something bad, and it shouldn't have, neither one of those things should have been there. I wasn't drinking the juice, the cabbage, turmeric, and I was relying more on a leaf for meeting my painkilling needs. Ridiculous, you know? Anyway, I was often having dry toast. Usually wheat was the dominant grain for breakfast. And then I had something with wheat in it for usually 3 meals of the day. And I mean, there's a lot of grains to choose from. Wheat wouldn't necessarily be the healthiest one to choose from, and I know that, right? But I was doing it. So then I was using yogurt exclusively for my probiotic source. And that was at the beginning. That was in January and August. I was using yogurt. So I had an over-reliance on protein bars. I was making them myself, but still, that's a lot of calories. And I can do better. I mean, this salad's better. Cabbage rolls are better. I was letting myself eat foods which I know I shouldn't eat. Chips, candy, chocolates, tortilla chips, roasted nuts, coffee. Yeah, it was not good. I was doing a lot of things that I shouldn't. I was sneaking things in. Now I start my day by taking the awful tasting turmeric ginger lemon juice, bone builder, omega-3, kombucha instead of coffee for my additional probiotic. I've been taking, I forgot to put the, what do you call it, kimchi on the side here, but I've been taking kimchi usually with my dinner meal. Sometimes with my supper, like I'll have to do it for my supper today because I forgot to for my dinner. I could go get it now, but I'm not gonna. If I have any wheat in the day, it isn't much, and I'm eating more sprouted grains. I'm eating more sprouted beans, peas, lentils now, but that's something I do in the winter anyway. Eating a variety of probiotic sources. Also, if I have a treat, I try to put it off until the end of the day for dessert. So if, say I'm craving a slice of stone or something in the morning, well, I won't let myself have that until supper time, at the end of my supper meal. And then if I can just eliminate that altogether, great. You know, if I eat supper and I'm not needing that, I don't need it. Now I'm eating only as many calories as I'm burning. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Okay, so that's that. And another thing I noticed, this food journal, I only have maybe 4 days or something left in it after I've decided not to do this tracking anymore. I only had a few. So I think they actually knew how long it takes people to fix their diet. I think it takes about 6 months. So I can say, well, I did the December detox, and it actually started November, because I really wanted to be able to treat myself for the Christmas holidays, which I treated myself with ridiculous things. But you know, I was wanting to do something, and it seems silly, and I didn't need to. I could have treated myself with something different, but I wanted to do something that would be pretty typical. So most people would be going to families' houses or something, and they'd be offered a chocolate or a whatever, or, you know, and they wouldn't necessarily want to consider, oh well, how many calories, whatever, right? So I just gave myself that little treat for a few days, and now I'm trying to do this, and it's working out all right. So now I'm going back. I don't need to do the food journal anymore. I'm just keeping my regular day planner, and I have to have my pencil stuck on it. I always use the same type of pencil because it doesn't seem to fall out of my hands as easily, and it doesn't hurt them. So I just got in the habit of using the same one, and I always use it. So, and a little sticky pad, and there's my grocery list for tomorrow. And yeah, that's that. So what else? I don't think I have any more tips for how to get your health on track. Now I try to eat healthy, and try to eat not too much. Try to eat a nice heavy bowl. So you hold food up, and apparently it tricks your mind into not eating as much because you feel the weight of your food, whatever. I just learned that in a book I was reading recently. And I have to admit, once you get used to your salads without the additional oil on top, it's fine. You don't even miss it. So, I don't know. I try to put the fats where I need it, and this time in my meal, the only place where I have fat is on these little potatoes, and I roast them with a bit of coconut oil. That's it. And some garlic and rosemary. So the chia pudding has loads of fat, but good fat. It's healthy fat. It's omega-3. So it's just that little chocolate dish that I might want to not eat. So yeah, I walked around a lot today, but somehow I've only burnt 821 calories while we're walking. Anyway, so that's that. Good luck with your new year, eating healthy. I'll let you know if I think of anything. I didn't eat a squash. Usually I might eat one for supper. Usually I'll eat a winter squash a day. It's almost every day actually, because why not? I mean, it's your furnace is going to go on anyway, and I'm in Alberta, so why not use them and cook some food? So, but yeah, I didn't today. Maybe later. So that's that. Good luck.